Should I do this without my glasses today?
Let's both do it, because it has a glare.
I can't see anything.
I just can make out our face shapes, and I look like a light bulb.
I just put my glasses back on because I can't do this. But hey everybody, we're here. You're looking in some weird ass directions right now.
Because us on there, we look like Slenderman, and so I'm like looking
Slenderman.
Yeah, the Slendermans. Because I cannot make out any facial features. Okay.
Hi. Hey, welcome to Talk Comics to Me.
Hello.
We're gonna do this with our glasses on today. We're here to talk about comic books. It's mid-October. I don't think we have too many spooky books today, unfortunately. Anything good coming from you, Heather?
No.
Okay.
No, not really. I'm wearing an orange shirt today.
You look great.
That's it. Thank you.
I really like that sweater a lot.
Yeah, no, I do too. I like it a whole lot. It's just like, it's not... I'm a t-shirt kind of gal, so this is not really me. It doesn't scream me.
I think it does.
It's very comfy though. It is.
Just keep it. Keep it.
Nice.
Keep wearing it. You'll get used to it.
Maybe I'll just pop a little patch on it or something.
Yeah, there you go. Make it look like a Star Trek shirt.
Ooh. Okay. You talked me into it. All right, I'm gonna go first. Right? Me go first?
Yeah, you go first. I mean, I'll go first. You know what? Because I have more comics than you do.
I said me go first.
It's fine. It's the same thing. Okay, so I have World of Darkness. This is issue number 1, Crimson Thaw.
These titles, man.
Yeah, this is... I'm going to read the back because...
Is that how everyone sees it right now?
So. Goodness. Cicely Bain has become everything she never wanted as the Prince of the Twin Cities, but her rule over a fractured, backbiting vampire court is interrupted by an intruder, something big, hairy, and full of teeth.
Oh, shite.
Good. She was missing a good scrap. I thought it said scroop. Scroop. There's worse living in the shadows than vampires. Rip open the doors to the world of darkness as RPG comic king Jim Zub joins the writing team that brought you Vampire the Masquerade Winter's Teeth for this oversized issue event series.
I can't get over it.
I don't know why it's not. There we go. So yeah, this was the first little part of this World of Darkness story. So you just kind of you get all of the same characters as last time, but now you got werewolves as well.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's pretty cool. Does it have my favorite character, the bad boy who killed the prince in the
Calder?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in there.
Okay.
The Rat King is in there, who's my favorite.
I love the Rat King.
But there's something sad that does kind of happen in this, and I was like, damn, I wasn't ready for that. But I really liked it. I felt like I almost liked it more than the first story arc, but
okay.
I think I just really also the art was real fucking good, and I don't know if it was the same person.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. It does. It looks like what the art was in the first episode, the first issue. Like I remember it being super clean like that. Ooh, that is real cool.
Yeah, the art and colors are really good. I think that was part of the reason I did really enjoy it. But overall, yeah, really good start of like a new story arc. And I don't know.
Oh, shoot. Sorry, I meant to screenshot. I don't know how to do it on your phone.
We're just a mess. What's going on?
What? I look like I'm raging. Okay. Sorry.
I'm just going to keep this away from us now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fun. I don't necessarily think you have to read the first part of the like story to like kind of be put in here, but obviously it's all part of the same thing, so just kind of like a continuation of like where that left off,
right?
But it does like fill in some blanks of stuff. So
now I can't see from here. Is Seeley still doing writing for it?
Yeah, it looks like the team is Zub, Seeley, Howard and Howard, Danny Lore, and I think Ota, Duke, and Andworld. Like Duke is the artist. Yeah. Oh, colors. Sorry, Addison Duke does the colors. Oh, Julius Ota.
Oh, okay. Art. It's saying that the story is written by them, but they're doing this. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. I was like, that is a lot of people on one book.
Yeah. I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm done.
Who am I? I'm not a writer.
Oh, wait. Do you want to go? I was just gonna.
No, go for it.
Okay.
Go for it. Just do it.
This is chaotic today. This is Batman 89. This is issue number 3. I did not read it, so I'm not going to talk about it. I just wanted to show you all that I did still get the book. I'm still reading it. It's still about Batman 89.
In 1989.
In Batman 1989, and Batman, Michael Keaton's Batman still looks strange in it, so.
It's a yes.
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 Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Go ahead.
I will go. Okay. So this is Ordinary Gods. This is issue number 4. I'm not going to lie. I did not read issue number 3, but I did read this one. But I know what's going on, if that tells you anything about this. So basically, the gods are reborn into vessels, I'm just going to call them, every so often. And as the vessels begin to remember what had happened, they have some sort of like triggering event, and then they kind of regain the memory of the god while still having like their own memory and stuff. So main character, Zach, I don't know. That's probably not it at all. But the main character here, he, in the first couple issues, he watched his little sister like murder his mom and dad, and he finds out that his little sister is a god of the opposing team, and he is kind of awoken that way. And he's just trying to navigate this world of like being a god while also like not knowing what the fuck is going on. This issue is them trying to find another god who is slowly awakening, which is very interesting. I actually really liked the character who is the other god, who has no idea what's going on because he is really good at stealing. So it's just him going to like fancy places like art galleries and stuff like that, and just like stealing stuff and then going home to his boyfriend. So I don't know. There was something very pleasing about this issue that I liked. But the triggering event that kind of wakens him is happening. So I assume in the next issue you'll get who he is and what his role is and stuff in the Almighty War.
Is that what it's called?
That's what I just called it.
Okay, I was like, it's a weird choice.
Yeah, no, I don't know. It's just a war of gods on different sides. Overall, I think that I don't dislike the series. There's some things about it that are kind of weird, and maybe it's just because I didn't read issue number 3. Mm-hmm. But I think that the gods that they choose are interesting.
Okay.
And I don't know if I would do it. But again, what do I know? I'm not a writer. So that's it. That's all I'm going to say about it. Mike, hello.
Okay, you ready?
Yes.
This is Strange Adventures. This is issue number 12, right?
Yes. This is the very last one.
This is the last issue, and let me just say the art is very, very good.
The art is beautiful, fantastic. If this story just had art and no words,
that might be more enjoyable. I would like to say the other thing writing wise I did enjoy about this book was like the very like come around at the end, but I don't want to ruin that for people. I just thought it was like interesting how it was done. But overall the story just
not for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are just not good about it, and I don't think that it matters. As overall, like you read 12 issues of something, you would hope it hits you at least emotionally, and there's like an empowering, like a speech that you know is supposed to be like, this is supposed to get me, but this just makes me even more annoyed with every single person in this book.
Yeah, and I do want to say, I do not like Alana. There were periods when I thought I could understand her character a little bit, but she read like a woman being written by a man who's trying to write a strong woman.
Yeah, I would say that, and just like I feel like it felt like he was trying to do that at the same time as making her just like oddly manipulative. God, why can't I say that word? Sorry.
Manipulative.
Yeah, there we go. Somebody else say it for me.
Yeah.
Like in that sense, and like making so she comes off just like a fucking asshole bitch.
Yeah.
Like, and it's really off-putting, especially like given the circumstances of like everything happening in the book. And I feel like you're supposed to feel some sort of sympathy for her, but you come out of it just being like, I don't care about you. And I don't even, like, care about the kid. Like, I don't,
at this
like,
point, no.
I don't care about any single one of these characters, and that was just, like, Adam Strange, fuck that dude, but also just, like, fuck, like, I don't know. I don't know what Tom King was getting out of his system, just, like, trying to write about war and just almost doing, like, a piss-poor job of it.
It was all over the place, and it wasn't all over in the place where like Jonathan Hickman, where you get like pieces of stuff as you're going, and then during the big reveal it all makes sense and it all ties together and it's all like just very fluid. This just was a hot mess. It was just all over the place, and I mean, I really wanted to like this book. I did
I
really wanted to, and there were parts of it that I did really enjoy, and a few of the characters that I really, really enjoyed, but I didn't like it.
Yeah.
I just didn't like it, and I don't like saying that about books, especially by creators that I really enjoy. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it. I'm sorry, guys.
I mean, that's a totally fair statement. Like, there are parts of it I do enjoy, but, like, not to a point where it, like, makes me enjoy the book at all. Like,
right.
And every time I got an issue, it's just like, I'm gonna read this first so I can just get it fucking done with, and I don't care.
Yep.
I did like the, like, art switch. I thought that was a really cool thing, and it looked like it was pulled off very cohesively. Like, that was really interesting and really, like, well done. And I honestly feel like that's almost the only part of the story that was good.
Right, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I didn't feel like it was a waste of time because the art alone was the story.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, if it had been just the art, no words, it would have been probably one of the best stories I've ever looked at in my life. But it was just all over the place, and it didn't hit. It didn't. And I told you this like a couple of days ago. Yeah, I can't remember what today is. Thursday, yes. So then, yeah, Tuesday. I told you a couple days ago. I don't know. The last book that I read by Tom King that I actually truly enjoyed was Mr. Miracle.
Yeah, same.
And I feel like maybe that's what I did wrong, is because that is what I always compare all of his writing to now. And I shouldn't do that because I know each story is going to be different in some way. And maybe this was a good story and I was just comparing it to Mr. Miracle.
I mean, there are some people who did enjoy it, but I don't know why those people enjoyed it, and that's something.
That's fair. Yeah.
And everybody is
different.
Yeah.
All of God's children were built differently.
I was thinking that I don't have any more Tom King books, and then I just remembered Bad Cat.
Which, again, is one of those that I'm only interested in because I'm like, well, what's going to happen? Like, I don't necessarily care, but the art is really good. The butts are bomb. Like, I honestly was thinking about taking that off, but then I'm like, but when am I going to get tight butts? Like,
there are plenty of fucking comics where you'll get butts.
Yeah, but not clay man butts.
Look at porn. You'll be fine.
Okay. You're right. I know. You're right.
All right, I'm going to go on now
Okay.
so we don't continue talking shit. This is Homesick Pilots. This is issue number 10. This ends a story arc, and stuff is kind of like coming to a head between the nuclear bastards and the old St. James house, because of course it would eventually. So, mech fight, ghost mech fight. And then in the back of this,
that's what our band name
is. Ghost Mech Fight.
Yeah.
In the back of this, there's a little "What's the furthest place from here" preview. So
very nice.
If you are looking forward to that book, you can get a little sneak peek. Because now I'm like, maybe I should read that digital copy we got, but I hate reading digital copies of books.
I did it on accident because I just kind of wanted to see what the art was like, and then I got sucked into it and I read the entire episode. God damn, I keep doing that. Issue. I read the whole issue, and I genuinely did not mean to.
I mean, that's totally fine, but you liked it.
Oh,
so.
I loved it. It was, it was very, very good. Pleasing, satisfying. It was what I wanted for that type of comic, so.
Yeah, and see, that's the reason they give those things to us, so that we will actually read them and not be like, for me, I was just like, well, I don't really want to read the non-physical issue of
That-
this book just because I really love these creators and I'm really looking forward to this book, and I just like want to like, I don't know, keep that excitement. It's weird. And then it never looks the same when we get those digital copy, like preview copies either. It's just
I think they did an okay job with this one.
Okay.
But I'm usually the same way. That's why I don't ever read them. That's why I don't ever read them when we get them either, because I just like, and it's how I am with ebooks versus like physical copies of books. Like I just prefer holding the book in my hands, but I still am very excited for it.
Okay. Well,
it didn't dampen my excitement at all.
Okay. Well, I'll give it a read. It's not going to hurt me. I have the last issue now of Superman and the Authority by Grant Morrison and Michael Janin. And
Beautiful.
yeah, it is beautiful still. The colors are also really good. No, yeah, Jordi Bellaire. Actually really ended up in the end liking this quite a bit. Like, I think I had a problem in like the first couple issues, or like the first issue, just because I don't really know the characters, so I felt like I couldn't quite grasp what was going on. But I really liked this. I really liked this ending. I thought it was really interesting. I know that the rest of the story is not going to be told by Grant Morrison because this was their last DC book, or their last superhero book.
Okay.
But this Superman and Authority group is going to be continued in Action 1036.
Look at that.
So I'm somewhat tempted to
Oh no.
read it, which is terrible, but I don't think I will. I think I'll be smart about it and just like let it go at this, because I really like this ending. I thought it was really intriguing, and I don't know, had a lot of fun.
Good. Hot Superman.
Superman, really cool, like group, like team setting, and the ending was just really, it was really good.
Okay.
Makes fun of NFTs in here.
Oh, perfect.
So-
Which is really funny to me because I got an email this morning from DC saying, come collect your free DC NFTs. And I was like, what is this?
Ruining the environment for free, one step at a time.
It took me forever to figure out how they even got my email. The only reason they have it was because I had DC Universe for like a month while I watched the first season of Titans, and then I canceled it before I even finished watching Titans because I didn't want to pay for it anymore. Anyway, I'm going to talk about this. I didn't read all of this yet, but this is Batman Urban Legends. It's issue number 8. This is just a bunch of short stories by creators about different people within the DC universe. I have been continuing to get this because every issue, I don't know. I really enjoy the stories that are in here. And this one in particular was written and drawn by Christian Ward. And it was done really well. I really liked it a lot. But I'm not going to tell you what each of the stories are about because, again, I didn't read them all. But I think that it's a very cute series that kind of just gives you little tastes of these superheroes. This also is part of the Fear State thing that's going on right now, so some of these kind of tie into the stories that are going on there. It's all right. It's okay. You don't need to read any of this to know what's going on. It's usually the prelude to what's going to be happening, so it's easy to follow.
Okay. Ready?
Okay, let's go.
All right. We have Norse mythology. This is issue number 5
of part 2, chapter 2, series 2.
Yeah, I forgot that was this.
Whatever you want to call it, yeah. This is the story of Idun and the Apples of Immortality and how Loki's kind of a turd.
Yeah, he is a huge turd.
Mm-hmm. I love him very much, and I will say that.
I just like
every time
I read one of these two, the gods are just so like ruthless. They're just like, yep,
Yeah.
just murdered somebody else. Don't worry about it.
Yep. So I really, really enjoy this story. If you want to read more about it, I would recommend it because it goes into a lot of why the gods age the way that they do, but then also it leads into one of my favorite non-Asgardian people, Skadi, and which will eventually lead to Angrboda, who is Loki's wife. outside of Sagan. Loki's giant wife that no one in Asgard knows about. It's perfect. I love it so much. But I love the stories that lead into my favorite stories because they're all really good. That's all.
Yes,
That's all I wanted to say.
It's totally fair. You can geek out about Norse Gods all you want.
Okay, so you'll figure out why I love Angrboda so much. She's just badass, and she birthed 3 of the coolest kids in the entire world, and I can't wait. I can't wait.
Okay. Are you done?
Yes.
Okay.
If I keep going, I'm not going to stop.
Okay. So I have Blacksmith. This
Blacksmith.
Yeah, this title fucks me
Yeah.
up. Blacksmith. This is issue number 4. So Strummer, our main character, gets kidnapped, and her roommate, whose name I, for some reason, am not remembering.
Wallace.
It's not.
Could have been.
Ben. I thought that's what I thought, but I didn't want to say anything. Ben is out like looking for her, trying to figure out, or looking for them, trying to figure out like what happened, what's going on, as like the mystery kind of unravels, and you're like, you don't know who's doing it yet, but you like you're seeing those things. Because like they kind of in the first few issues make the mystery just like, well, these things don't matter, and then it's like actually they really do. So just a really good detective story, I guess.
Supernatural detective story.
Supernatural detective story. So
I like
combining
that.
2 of my favorite worlds, and I do still really, really like the art. Like I do think it's pretty like interesting how they do the like no color, and it's pretty like whiny in places, but it's a
It
little gray
is.
there.
That is a story that I would actually read because it is more or less just line work without the colors. It's not shaded black work, which
That's
is
a good point.
Yeah, which is what I don't hate it. I have a hard time concentrating on it. So that is like the kind of black and white art that I would actually be able to enjoy as a comic.
Okay. Now, and the next issue is the last part of the
How many are there? 5?
yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know, I'm sure it'll come out in trade because I'm 100% sure you won't be able to order these issues anymore because it's an Ahoy comic. So
Teeny tiny.
yeah, small publisher. So if there does come a trade, you should look into that. So next I have Dead Box. This is issue number 2. This follows the couple from the first issue.
Yes.
And she thinks he's gay, and basically the whole town, since it's a small town, like turns against him. And the narration's a lot about what we do to conform and fit in, and you know the societal pressures to be like a certain way, just so you're not ridiculed. And when you do stand out, you are ridiculed by people. So that was interesting. I'm reading all about conformity and shit in my social psychology class right now too, so it was fun to have like a comic where it's like, okay, interesting little thing. And then the story or the movie that gets rented in here is a story about 2 people who work in a lab and are training monkeys to like either get bananas or not, and basically kind of like fight against each other for like not power, but like just fight against each other,
Right.
or just like turning something against the other one.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just got excited by the fighting of the bananas.
Yeah, well, it was just one of the things they do is just like a monkey grabs a banana and like water rains down on all, like they get soaked basically. And so from that point on, they basically, any other monkey that comes into the room and tries to grab the banana, they kick the shit out of, until eventually like none of the monkeys will actually go up after the banana. So
Damn, dude. Primate life is wild.
yeah, I mean it's just like human life in some instances.
Like I said, dude, primate life is wild.
All right, and that's all I have to say about it. It's a fun book.
And that's the anthology, right?
Mm-hmm. And it's like an anthology in the sense that like different stories are happening, but there is like an overarching, like the main girl that we see in the first one, like you're still dealing with her father being sick, and you're also seeing more from the couple that was in the gas station. So I think it's one of those things where it's just like
That's like that hotel series.
Yeah, it's like an anthology, but they still are like connected in one way or another.
Cool. I have to read that second one because I did enjoy that first one quite a bit, and I knew that that's what the second one was going to be about.
Yeah.
I called that.
You did call that.
I just needed credit. Bragging rights.
Yeah. You got him.
I got him. Okay.
I'm not going to say that the first issue definitely set it up for that.
Yes. I called something that should have just been obvious.
I just wanted to take you down a level.
That's okay. Sometimes I need to be taken down because once I start like growing, I just get huge and I don't stop. So thank you. I appreciate the trip back to Humbletown. All right. This is Witchblood. This is issue number 7. This is another one that I didn't read the previous issue for, but I read this one. Have an idea what's going on, so let me explain it to you. Vampires versus witches. Paxton, the main vampire here, he drank the witch's blood, which they were trying to keep from him, and now he is a god. Yeah, they did it. He drank witch blood. But yeah, basically, because he consumed the amount that he did, he is now technically considered a god. So the minions that were following him around before are now kind of like left in the dust, and it seems like it's set up so that they are going to work with the witches and the hex hunters to take him down.
Okay.
I loved this issue. There was like one scene in particular that was just like absolutely beautiful. Plus, like a southern vampire with a frilled brown leather jacket, into it. So into it. That is a style choice that I never would have thought, but he did it, and I love it. Just all the blood like raining down, so it opened up like the god light is what I'm gonna call it.
Okay.
And it just pours blood.
All right.
So yeah,
interesting.
It's I love the art in this. I absolutely love the colors. I don't so much care for the witches, which I never thought I would say in my life. I am actually rooting for the vampires in this one, and I hope that Paxton kills them all. Because the witches are actually very annoying in here. Like, I don't care for them.
Damn, dude.
I don't care for them.
Murder them all.
Just get rid of them. We don't need witches.
All right, so this is May's book. This is issue number 2.
Number 2.
And God, does this guy have a name?
He does. Will, yes, that is correct. Yeah, yes. I'm pretty sure it is.
Will is on the search for his daughter who has passed away. He has been hearing her voice or getting telephone calls, I guess, from beyond the grave. I had said that, but I gotta tell you, this book is very serious and very sad.
Yes.
So don't take that.
Oh Lord.
Take that joke with that. That made me feel bad. This book is like very, very heavy.
I loved it.
But yeah, it's book's heavy. I really love it. Just really good Jeff Lemire, emotional, weird story that you like usually get from him.
Yeah, it's about dealing with grief. I just spilled Dr. Pepper condensation all over it. Yeah, no, it's just about dealing with grief, and I feel like there's obviously more to the story here because it's not just about like the death of his daughter. It also goes into like the town and what secrets the town is hiding from him. And this one did not bum me out as much as the first one did because there's the whole mystery aspect to it, which I truly enjoyed. But I want it to get sad again.
I mean, this was sad.
No, it was because it focuses on his failed relationship with his daughter's mother, and I just like that whole non-understanding thing just really bummed me out. But I just want to know the mystery of the story, and I know we'll get to it. I know we will. But I do really, really love this story so far.
I mean, that's kind of how like Jeff Lemire writes these type of stories, because that's like, it's very reminiscent of like Royal City in that way, where it's like hits on some serious tone but kind of like comes around in one way or another to something else. But yeah, it's such a good book.
It's also almost I don't know the proper term for it that wouldn't be like offensive in a way, but it makes me feel like I'm losing my mind too. Unhinged.
Yeah.
It makes me feel very unhinged when I'm reading it, because I have been trying to put myself in this guy's shoes and like try to solve what's happening with him. And as he's like, this page in particular, I've done that shit before. So yeah, just like reading it and being like, oh my god, he's a loose cannon. He's losing it.
It's kind of what happens too when you isolate yourself for so long, which is like something they're touching on here quite a bit, because he just kind of I guess he doesn't isolate himself because he still goes out and like does work and stuff, but he's still just like doing the routine of it all without like thinking, and just going home and doing that by himself. Like,
it's like emotional isolation, which is rough. But 2 issues in, I think it's gonna be 5.
I thought it was 4 for some reason.
I'll have to look. It is limited, but if you like this kind of stuff, maybe read it, because I would absolutely recommend it.
100%.
It's very beautiful. Oh, and also what I meant to say was I've never really read Jeff Lemire books that he's written and drawn and stuff. This is my first one that I've read of like both of his, so I didn't know what his tone was while reading it. The only other like Lemire book that I've read from beginning to end was Gideon Falls. So that's quite a different feeling.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different book.
Yeah.
That's why like I compare it to Royal City, because it definitely has that same like, it's not the same book by any means, but it has that same like feel of like the emotion. And Royal City is about a family losing a son, and then when the family's coming together, kind of like it's a ghost story, but like seeing his ghost and then remembering the past, and then you're kind of, it's also a mystery because he's trying to basically have you put all the pieces together to figure out like why this ghost is haunting them.
Okay.
I honestly did not know that I would like that book, like Royal City, as much as I did, because I had gone back during the pandemic and read it.
I do remember you doing that, like when comics weren't coming out, when we were reading the trades and stuff. I do remember you reading that one.
Because I had grabbed all the issues, and I had read the first story arc more than once, and it was just like a book I liked, but also a book that just like I think is hard to get into for a little bit. And once I finally just like started hitting the pace of it, I was just like, oh shit, yeah, okay. So that book is so good. I'll have
to read that. Mike, I will take you up on that. Give me whatever Jeff Lemire books you got, buddy. I'll read them.
Okay, I'm going to talk about the 6 sidekicks of Trigger Keaton. This is issue number 5.
I love that back page so much.
Just has a little photo of Trigger Keaton, who's a straight up asshole. The stuntmen are kind of coming to the end of the line to figure out who has killed Trigger Keaton. Basically a giant stuntman fight in this issue. One of my favorite lines,
so silly,
in here was, God, where's it at? I have to find it because I don't want to fuck it up, but also I think it's worth saying because there it is. They're just talking about how what they're doing is going to be a bad idea, and one of the characters says, Allison, I just shot an action movie reimagining of To Kill a Mockingbird called Tequila Mockingbird. I'm not good at running away from bad ideas. And I was just like, that is very clever. Beautiful. That is a really good line. But yeah, just a fun, literally fun and funny little action book where it does a really good job of just combining things I like.
Nice.
So,
before we get into this one, I forgot I read Monster Kill Squad.
Oh, okay. So
I can briefly mention that. It's so stupid. I love it. So, Monster Kill Squad, issue number 2, it's a bad idea book. It's about a group of, I'll just say mercenaries because I don't know what else to call them, who hunt monsters within this world. Every single cryptozoology creature.
Cryptid?
Yes, every single cryptid creature that has ever been mentioned in our lifetimes is real in this world. So they're a group that is sent to take them out because they are dangerous. This particular issue was about Sasquatch, Bigfoot. They have been hiding Pandora's box, essentially. they know where it had gone to, so the monster kill squad is sent out to eliminate them, find out what happened to it, and try to locate it. One of the people within the monster kill squad, this is the stupidest part, but I thought it was hilarious. He is half Sasquatch.
Okay.
And he has been hiding it from the group the entire time. I was like, how does this happen? Anyway, it's one of the most ridiculous books I've ever read, but I think the fact that it has to do with like cryptids and stuff is a lot of fun for me. Because the next issue is going to be about the Mothman.
Okay.
So yeah, it's I don't know what compelled me to pick up the first issue, but I did read it and I was like, killer clowns. I'm into that. So then yeah, I read the second issue yesterday. Completely forgot about it because it is very forgettable until you like think about it, and then it's like, oh yeah, I forgot I read that book.
Good.
I'm not saying that it's like bad at all. It's just like ridiculous.
Yeah.
And I think it's only going to be 3 or 4 issues, which I am going to read 3 or 4. And I honestly might actually buy them because the art is decent. It's pretty good. I like the way that they were drawing the Sasquatch and stuff. I just there was something just very entertaining about it for me. And I think the only other Bad Idea book that I have been like thoroughly entertained by was Sleigh Bells.
Yeah.
And that was the one shot about Santa just murdering people. I loved it. So I don't know. It's very interesting, funny, silly, ridiculous, stupid. Like, I loved it.
All right.
Okay, this is the last one.
This is
Mamo.
However you want to say it.
We've heard it pronounced all different ways.
And this is, the story is kind of starting to wrap up. We've learned, well, not really, but kind of learned what the witch's trick was all along.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I don't know, that's not really necessarily the right word, but...
Yeah, I would say, for lack of a better term, it was a trick.
But... yeah, Joe and why am I forgetting the witch's name? Orla.
I forgot it too. I was like, I don't know. I was thinking Caractus.
Joe and Orla the team is split.
They're split. You should know never to split the team, but emotions are high, witches are low.
Yeah, so they're kind of like in opposite places. Joe's kind of figuring out more, and then Orla's also figuring out a little bit more about what's going on and is not pleased.
No.
I feel really bad though, just because the way that they're acting is like kind of jerky.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I definitely understand hating a town and hating being there, but when somebody else has like been with you like all the way and is like trying to care for you, to be like such an asshole is really just one of those things where I'm like, fuck off.
So I tried to, because I felt the same way, and I tried to put it into perspective. Orla has been by herself a majority of her life, other than this bitter old woman.
Yeah.
And so I get it. Plus they're young.
Yeah.
They're young. They don't know how to properly communicate their feelings without just like fighting it out. So like I get it, but I had your feelings.
I definitely
too.
Understand like the reasoning, but it's also just like
frustrating.
Yeah.
Like it's right there in front of you guys.
Yeah.
Just like do it.
Well, and especially just like I always kind of hate when they do that with young characters, because like young people aren't always necessarily that way either. And I think that is like a trait that they like people use in writing a lot with like characters who are this young, where it's just like, all right, like they're like 13, 14, so of course they're fucking dicks. And it's just like, well, yeah, but like,
well, and I think part of it also was like Orla was like that at the beginning too, when we first kind of met her. Mm-hmm. And I think that she was trying to like be a decent I don't know. I don't know why I'm trying to justify it. I feel a lot for these kids, and I just want them to get it figured out, and we know that they will, but this book is in a way very heavy. Mm-hmm. And it's very good.
No, it is very good.
It's very, very good.
I'm not saying it's bad. Like
it's very frustrating at times. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Like, that's part of good writing as well, as being frustrated. So, and the art is just like very, very pretty. So
this artist can just like
draw everything.
Yeah, please. It's beautiful. Absolutely. If they made any sort of animated movies, I would just probably watch him every single day of my
Yeah.
life. But this
It just
book,
feels like it's always flowing.
it does. And it has like I don't know, a lot of the things, like I keep going back to this page because this is my favorite page out of all of them so far. It's just a lot of the things that they say, like I said, this book is kind of heavy, is very relatable. And it's good.
Yeah,
It's good. That's
very
all.
good.
I'm just,
Okay, that's it.
That's it. That's all we got.
Yeah, we don't have any more comics to talk about.
I would have 4 more, but they came in damaged, so I will probably talk about them next week if they come in. X-Men, X-Force, Eternals Forever, and King the Conqueror. So, we'll see.
We'll see. Okay, so, the thing. Go support your local libraries, go buy comics, support your local comic book stores, take care of your friends, and we love you forever, and we'll see you later.
Yes.
Bye. We love you forever.
Wait, where will we see you?
We'll, wherever you want.